Morning, everyone. Quiet, please. Right. Okay, so today I'm going to give you some advice to help you prepare for the exam next week. So make some notes as I am talking. Please, everybody ready? Now, while you're studying, eat food that gives you energy. Don't be tempted to eat sweets or drink cola. Sugar won't help you study, but fruit and cereal will. Apples actually are especially good. Find a comfortable place with plenty of light when you study, but not too comfortable or you will fall asleep. Try and keep a positive mind. It is easier to study when you are positive and relaxed. Now, if you start feeling anxious, have a little break. Go out for a stroll around the block. Don't try to learn everything. Isn't time. Just choose the important things. The things that will get you the most points in an exam. And if you aren't sure about this, ask me. First, learn the main ideas and don't worry too much about the details. If you have time, you can come back later and read the detail. Make make notes of these key points and read them. Then cover them up and try to remember all the points. Now it might be boring, but repetition helps you to remember. Use past exam paper to study. They will help you understand what kind of question come up. There are plenty of past exam papers in the library. You can photocopy them and take them home. Take a regular breaks while you are studying. A 5 minute break every half hour is usually enough. Get some fresh air and stretch your arms and legs. Drink a glass of water too. It's important to keep hydrated. And last but not least, good luck. I'm sure you'll all do your best. Hey, I'm reading this really interesting article about the human body. Yeah, well, we know all about that from biology lessons. No, we didn't learn much at all at school. They are discovering loads more things all the time. Really amazing things. Did you know that only about 1/10 of the cells in your body are really you? The rest are bacteria. What? I'm not really me. No, of course you, but you also have millions or trillions of bacteria in you. Hey, I'm reading this really interesting article about the human body. Yeah, well, we know all about that from biology lessons. No, we didn't learn much at all at school. They are discovering loads more things all the time. Really amazing things. Did you know that only about 1/10 of the cells in your body are really you? The rest are bacteria. What? I'm not really me. No, of course you, but you also have millions or trillions of bacteria in you. Ew. No, they are mostly really helpful. Someone did an experiment to see if animals can live without bacteria, and he found that a lot of them died or had to have a special diet. Animals need bacteria to digest food. You see, so we're better off with bacteria, unless the bacteria are bad. Unless they are bad, but they are nearly all good. Oh yeah, and going back to the cells, do you know how many cells you have in your body? Quite a lot. I would say a good few. Yeah, but how many? I don't know. I'm not a mathematical. 7 octillion? That's 7 plus 27 nodes. I knew, but but was a lot. Okay, that's amazingly huge number, almost impossible to imagine. But the really weird thing is that most of the atoms are empty space, just air or nothingness. And if you took out the empty space, you could fit your body inside a tiny cube, which measure 1/500 of centimeter on either side. That's a box measuring 0.002 of centimeter on each side. You'd be much too small to see. I can imagine that. It sounds like something that would happen in a really bad Hollywood movie. You know, a mad scientist goes, I'm going to extract all the air from your body. Okay, enough. Fact for one day. Don't go. One last thing. Did you know? No. Do you know that you probably have my mites in your eyelashes? Mites in my eyelashes? What are mites exactly anyway? Yeah, they are very small creatures like insect. Only not insect. They are about a third of millimeters long, so you can't really see them. These particular mites live in eyelashes and eyebrows. But in mine, well, maybe not. Only about 50% of people have them, and more older people, so you might not have any. Anyway, they are completely harmless, they just eat dead skin. Yeah, right. Harmless. I really would have preferred not to know that. Sorry, I mean really. The Lily sisters. Once upon a time there were three little sisters dressed in green, who lived together in a beautiful palace which was owned by a great king. Such a beautiful palace it as it was. The ceiling were made of turquoise and opal, and soft velvety green carpets covered the floor. Many other children lived with these little sisters, and they had such a kind nurse called Dame Nature that taught them how to do their work well. For everybody have had some work to do for the great king. Surely no one could be unhappy in such a wonderful home. And yet I'm sorry to say one of the little sister was always discontented. She knew, for Dame Nature had told her that someday the great king would come to see who had done loving work for him, and would give the good ladies beautiful white robes and golden crowns. But she was not willing to wait until the king was ready and so fit to do it. When the sunbeam children came to play, she should hang down her head and sulk, and after a while they would leave her alone and play with her sisters. When Professor Rain's school was out, and the jolly little raindrop coaxed her to play with them, she would say crossly, "You are too raw. Let me alone," and they would go and play with the with the happy little sister at the sunbeam had done. For everybody loved the two good little lily sisters, who were sorry to see how naughty the other lily was. But they tired to do their best to help her, and kept on growing. One day the great king, who had seen how well they tried to do, thought they deserved their robes and crown. So he sent the sunbeams dancing away to the awaken in the inhabitant of the palace for the crowing. Away they went, peeping through the curtains and flying into the window of the palace and waking all the little children with kisses. Then they took off the old green dresses of the sister and put pure white robes on them and gave them crowns of pure gold. The other little sister wished then that she had tried to do right, and dropped until she faded away. Madame went, and the bird family gave a grand concert in the maple tree park. Everything was full of gladness, and the little sister held a reception all day, and many people came to congratulate them upon being crowned. Among their visitors was wee Ruth, who kissed them and took them to a little sick friend. He smiled as she pressed them into his hand, saying, "Take them, please, for Easter." And in her sweet child language she told the story of Easter, and of the wonderful work the great king's son did for the people of the beautiful palace.